Hi, everybody. We're back.
So we have got a lot of changes going on this year. And so in the interest of trying to keep this nice and short, I will just be giving some basic information about the big changes. And then if you guys have any questions, I will put my information down in the chat afterwards. And so you can just send me a chat or send me an email or reach out and we can figure out some more specific questions that you might have. So one of the biggest changes that we've got going on is that we have just redone basically all of our recruiters for the most part. And so we hired a new recruiter for up north, Jessica Miley. Some of you guys may already know her. For the Treasure Valley region, we've got Bianca Ridley and Tori Parks. We still have not decided how that is going to be split up, so they'll be sharing that. For the Magic Valley, we've got Cecilia McGowan. She goes by Ceci. She's also working on translating all of our documents into Spanish. And so if you've got students that need Spanish materials, we're working on that. Morgan Betts is taking over the Southeast Idaho North. And then I have the Southeast Idaho South. And then we do have, maybe I can, there we go. We do have a couple other advisors as well. So we've got a transfer coordinator, Noah Mendenhall. He's based out of Idaho Falls. And then Allison Vernon, some of you might know her from last year. She is going to just be kind of an all-arounder, helping out with all sorts of non-traditional students. And then Kirby Cholette is the international recruiter. And so I didn't put any of the information for their contacts in here. All of this you can find at isu.edu/admissions. And so it's just a lot easier to find it on there than for me to put it on here and have to pause and write it all down. So isu.edu/admissions, you can find all of our information. So important deadlines, events coming up. Our scholarship deadline and priority admissions deadline for this coming year is going to be the same as it was prior to COVID, so February 15th. So, getting everything in, your application, transcripts, potentially test scores. I'll talk about that in a second, all by February 15th for scholarships, priority admission. One of our big events we've got going on is Experience ISU on October 29th. And so that's going to be hopefully in person as of the plan right now. And so we'll be able to have students on campus and just this big event where you can just learn all sorts of things about all sorts of different parts of ISU. And then we are still doing in-person campus tours and campus visits. So if you have students that want to come check out campus, we do those pretty much every day of the week, most times during the day. So again, if you go to our website, isu.edu/admissions, there will be a place where it says visit campus, and you can click on that to schedule a visit. And we are doing group tours. So if you need any group tours of students, just reach out and we can get that scheduled. COVID updates. So we are, as many of you have already mentioned, requiring masks now as of yesterday. And so unless you're in a private office or a private dorm or something, you will have to wear masks. We are going to be planning on having all of our classes in person still. So we're going back to in person, but everybody wearing masks. And we're going to have events and stuff like that too on campus. So as someone else mentioned earlier, we're going to reevaluate every 2 weeks and see how that plays out and go from there. And then these are just some of the admissions requirements. So you can apply 2 ways, through Apply Idaho or directly on our website at isu.edu. We don't know whether or not we're going to be requiring test scores for this coming year. It's still a good idea to have them, the SAT and the ACT, for graduation requirements, testing out of certain classes, stuff like that. So it's still a good idea, but we might not be requiring them for admissions purposes. We also might not be requiring them for scholarships. We just recently redid our scholarships last year. We're redoing them again this year, so I do not have any information on what those will look like. But I don't think that we're going to be requiring test scores, but that is not an end-all be-all answer. It'll most likely be GPA based, but we're just not sure yet. Let's see, I think that's actually pretty much everything. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I didn't have on this presentation, but I think for the most part, that's pretty much it. So I'm going to put my information down in the chat. So if you guys have any questions, you can just send me a chat or send me an email and I can answer them for you.